Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is CeeChronicles. If you're new here, I post fragrance related content and would very much appreciate if you decided to subscribe and join the family. Now, if you're returning, thank you so much for the continued support. I have a haul here with me. This is a snippet of some of the fragrances that I managed to get for the month of June. So I'm going to show you the fragrances that are coming up, but I'm not going to sniff them with you or anything. I'm just going to unbox, one by one. So we have managed, guys, to get our hands on the much awaited Eclair, and this is obviously a Lattafa release. It's a fragrance that most of you are familiar with for now. New to my collection. I'm going to give it a test run. It's not coming in the next 3-5 days, but it's definitely coming in due course, because what I do when I receive my fragrances is I try to give them a good test run. These fragrances were delivered about, I'm going to say, a week ago. So they have been sitting there undisturbed, and I'm going to give most of them another maybe week or so, and then we can, I can bring them on the channel. Although in between, I will obviously be giving them a test run. So this is the much awaited Eclair, and by now it's been going around, guys, as a fragrance close to Caramel Cascade by Paris Corner, but I'm not going to speak of that for now because I'm yet to test it myself and see how it goes. So this is the beautiful bottle, guys. It does look milky just by looking at the bottle. So that is one of the fragrances coming on this channel. I also have some fragrances that are unboxed. For instance, this one, this just caught my interest, and it was the last one in the store. So what I liked about it was obviously going to be one that has macerated, because it was, on the display, but not in the heat or anything. It was in the cabinet there, and I had to beg them to give me this one. I said, just give me acetate, and I smelled it and I liked what I smelled, and I said, okay, fine, I'm going to bring it on the channel. This one is probably going to come sooner because this one does not need any maceration. Another fragrance that we have added to the lineup, guys, is going to be Autobiography Citron Vanille from the house of Paris Corner. So Paris Corner has been dropping the fragrances just like Lattafa. Now that I'm showing you that this Eclair, Lattafa already has new fragrances, so I'm hoping to get my hands on those new fragrances, guys, if I can. This one, good thing about Paris Corner is they're putting notes at the back of their fragrances. This is of their autobiography collection, and it says lemon, bergamot, and vanilla. I bought this one mostly because it said vanilla, but it's a blind buy. And the heart of the fragrance is going to have pink pepper, sandalwood, and tonka bean, and then the base is cedar, musk, vetiver, and amber. I actually wanted the entire collection, but unfortunately some of them were not in stock, so I had to settle for what was there. So this is the Citron Vanille. I'm hoping that it's going to be a nice combo of that citrus and vanilla, especially leaning more vanilla-y. I just want to see how that works, because I do have a lot of citrusy fragrances in my collection, but I just wanted to know how this one is going to vibe like, and I actually like the bottle. So this is the third one that we're going to be bringing on the channel. I'm just going to be dropping the boxes on the floor, guys, honestly. And this is unboxed, right? Because this one Ajwa came with, and I did get my nose on it. So far so good. I'm going to bring it on the channel. I specifically asked her to bring Nuit Oud Tonka by Swiss Arabian, because this is one that I paid for, but instead I got the red one, and then the red one did not take my fancy. Said I was going to wait for this one, was not coming, ordered something else. So this one is here, courtesy of Ajwa. It's a fragrance that she did manage to bring with her collection, so I'm going to have to make sure that this one comes in pretty fast. Another fragrance that I added to my collection is Blueberry Musk, right? Another one that was in South Africa for a while, and then you couldn't find it, of their Prestige collection, and this is how it looks. So let me just open it. If it's a hassle to open, no, the Blueberry Musk seems like it's going to be a hassle to open, and I don't have a scissors with me. So what I'm going to do here is to just make sure that we don't take forever. I'm going to show you the two of them, because I'm going to assume that the packaging here is going to be, wait, let's see. I think there is a little bit of some embossing here. There's like a, no, it's not. Okay. I was hoping I'll be able to rip this. No, it's not. Because on this one, it kind of looks like you can rip it off, but I think it's one of those that you need to nip with the scissors, and then the paper will come off pretty easy. So I've got the blueberry musk for those who wanted to know my thoughts on it, from the house of Arabiyat, and was also lucky enough to get the cranberry musk at the same time. So I'm going to make sure that I bring these ones on the channel. I am running out of space, guys, because it's been back to back work. So I did promise that I was going to bring more Alwa Watanias. I came across this one that says sandalwood. This was not a blind buy. I actually smelled it in store and I liked what I smelled, and I thought I'm going to share my thoughts with you for those who can access Alwa Watanias, because when I did a test run, of bringing Alwa Watanias to the channel, it did turn out that a lot of you said you can indeed access the Alwa Watanias, and then I said, because you can, I'm going to build on my Alwa Watania collection, because it's one that I've been sleeping on, because I was thinking maybe this is not accessible worldwide. So because it's accessible, we have the Alwa Watanias. This one is going to be one of them. It's sandalwood. It looks like the name. It's woody, and I liked what I sprayed, and I'm actually liking the quality of the Alwa Watanias. Right? I replaced this one. We have a review of it already. I replaced it because Nuit Oud smelled this one in my collection. She fell in love with it, and that was one that she had to go with, because she said, it's a beautiful fragrance, right? Another one that I'm bringing on this channel, guys, is going to be the Amouage Nuit Oud. This is very nicely packaged, and I'd hate to spoil it by but let me just open it. Okay, so we take the plastic off. Now I know the plastic is not exactly very fancy, but the purpose of the plastic is to just make sure that this nice fleece tracksuit material does not get dirty, because it's kind of creamish yellowish in color. It is the Amouage Nuit Oud, a fragrance I revisited and then fell in love with, in as much as I slagged. I thought, no, this is one that definitely deserves to come to the channel, and I give you my thoughts, because it's different. It's not exactly clean cut. It's one fragrance that needs time. So it comes in this dramatic packaging, true to Amouage style, but this time they went a step further, okay, by making sure that it's got the duster cloth there, because the bottle is kind of like a mirrored bottle, but without it being an actual mirror. And then it's got the description of what they went through to create this and the decision behind creating this. And I didn't know, guys, that it's an atelier creation. I just found out when I opened this one. And of course, and this one is open, because when you're getting a fragrance this expensive, this one retails for about 65 to 100 depending on the place. I got this one from SA Cash and Carry. Now when you get fragrances like this, sometimes you have to open them to inspect, to make sure that everything is in check, right? Because this is not the sort of fragrance you want to take home, find out that it's damaged, and then have to then start getting into a tug of war with a shop as to what to do with it. So this is Nuit Oud, comes in this this marble box. It is indeed a marble lookalike, and the fragrance in itself sits in there, right? And remember, I did say that it does come in like a mirrored bottle, so there is a reason why they did put that cloth. It's a bottle that is going to attract a lot of oil, a lot of dust and stuff, so you need to possibly clean it up with a special type of cloth. And then it does have that mirror there, just like a camera, but it's not a camera clone. And as if that's not enough, it sits on a plastic paper, just to make sure that it's easy to take out from its nice velvety, velvety shelf there, or something like that. So that is it for Nuit Oud. And then we have our friend. This just attracted me because it says caramel, right? Never smelled this, but because it says caramel, it was something I thought, okay, whether it's gonna be redundant, because it looks like the fragrance houses are running with the caramel, like caramel cascade, caramel this, and there is caramel in that in this eclair. So I just thought, okay, let me just test it out and see. This was specifically to make sure that in case it smells like the other caramels, then you guys don't get to have fragrances that are redundant in your collection, right? So this was specifically just to make sure, but I'm hoping that it's not going to vibe the same way, because on my part it's going to be a loss in terms of money, but of course on your part, guys, it's going to be good, because at least you will be clued up as to whether you actually need this or not. So this is an Adal Zafran fragrance, and it just says caramel, right? It's coming on the channel in the month of so we're going to be very busy. Candy Rose from Grandeur is another one that I decided to include there because the bottle in itself is a good telltale sign of what it might be. And testing it, guys, it's a nice fragrance. I really like how it smells. So it was an easy decision to make. Grandeur, I'm not sure whether it's part of Alwa Watania or it's just a standalone, but this is the fragrance. So it just got me interested to say, okay, let me just test it out and see how it's going to go. So do expect this one. And while we're at Grandeur, I might as well just get this one out of the way as well. Yeah, I'm making sure it's Grandeur. Okay, just make sure I get this one out of the way. London Avenue, okay, London Avenue, the one that comes in the green bottle. This one has been said to smell a lot like Greenwich Village by Bond Number 9, and I like what I'm smelling. This was the one that I had to open regardless. I just said I'm going to open this and I'm going to test it out, and if this impresses me, then I'm going to maybe try to add more Grandeurs in my collection. So guys, I hope you are able to access some of the fragrances that I'm showing you here. And the month of June is not going to be limited to just to just these fragrances. I'm gonna obviously top up, because we're always topping up as we go. Another good one, guys, I did smell this one when I was with Ajwa because she came with a taster, but it was enough for me to say I want the whole thing. Cartilage, Empire Victor. Oh my god, this is a must-have. This is a must-have, but maybe just wait for the full review, because we're gonna allow it to sit. But it's a beautiful spicy vanilla scent. Spicy vanilla scent is very nice there. You may need to check this one out. I'll also try and make sure that the review for this one comes pretty quick, because when I get the nice ones, I like to get them out of the way pretty quickly. Okay, so this is Empire Victor. That's how it looks like. Beautiful vanilla scent there. I'm going to give you more details obviously in an in-depth review. Let's just put it out of the way, make sure it's out. This, I couldn't wait. I had to review immediately, but it was also supposed to come in June. But I thought, okay, what better way than to test this one while Ajwa was there, because she did come with a little vial from Scent Split of the actual Amouage guide. And so I thought, okay, because I have the real thing, I might as well test this one. So we already have a review of this one, but for the sake of giving it its flowers, I had to show you that it was actually intended for the month of June. And I did say that if it changes, I'll bring it back, because I was getting a little bit of an offside-ish thing that is not exactly 100 when it comes to the guidance. I was getting not so much of the almond in this, but a lot of the almond in the original. So because of that, we might actually bring it back again in the month of June. Then we have Kissa Delicious, another one that I suspect could borrow from maybe one of these. I'm not sure, because it comes in a brown bottle as well. And I just thought, okay, let me buy this one to complete my Kissa range, because I already have another Kissa one, the blue one, and the blue one didn't disappoint. So that was another driving factor, that it does seem as though the Paris Corner Kissa line is not bad, and more so that they say it's delicious. They named it delicious. Why not bring it on the channel? So this is Kissa Delicious. Let me show you how it looks. So I'm going to be having a lot of brown bottles in my collection, right? So this is one. It's going to come, it's not looking milky, okay? It's looking it's clear. I can see it through the light. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's transparent. I was hoping it's going to be like a milky looking scent, but it's not. I have no idea what it smells like, guys. No idea at all what it smells like. And then we have Caramel Cascade, okay? This has made the rounds. I was last fingers on the button or on the add to basket, not because I didn't want to, but because some of these fragrances are not very easy to access, especially when there's a hype around them. Okay, so justice for this fragrance is going to be the fact that it does not align with some of the taskings that they've given us there, the aquatic, fresh, whatever. This one leans creamy, so I don't know why they decided to put it in a tasking bottle, because the taskings, if you follow Paris Corner, you you'll know that they're mostly summery, fun, fruity scents there, but this one is the one that takes a creamy direction. So I thought to add it to the collection and bring it for the month of June. What are we left with? Let me see if there's anything. Oh, there's one more, and then we're gonna call it a wrap, right? Remember to subscribe, guys, if you're not subscribed. So this is Pandora's Nuit Oud. Bought this one because I think it's an Arabian Tonka clone. If it's not, obviously we're going to look for the Mansera one and then maybe bring it in a save or splurge. That's the plan. Okay, the box is a little bit roughed up there, but what we're interested in is obviously the contents. Okay, so I have featured this one in a couple of dupe compilation lists, but I hadn't actually given you a full review of this fragrance. So that's it, guys. I did not count. I try not to count, because once you count, then you become so conscious of, you know, how much money is going into this hobby. So I did not count, but that is a snippet of some of the fragrances to expect on the channel. But we always add as we go, and hopefully if I can get the new Lattafas on time, I will also try and bring them here. I will see if I can maybe even ask the company itself where I can get them sooner, because, you know, I am in touch with Lattafa, so I am able to ask them that. I actually asked them for the Note Pyramid for this. They haven't given me that Note Pyramid. So while I ask for the Note Pyramid, while I remind them to give me the Note Pyramid for this, I'm going to ask how I can access the ones, you know, the new ones with the fancy horns. And hopefully if we can get them in the month of June, then it's going to be so interesting, because there's going to be we are going to be jam-packed with content. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Do turn on post notifications so that you're notified anytime I upload a video. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment, and tell me your thoughts about this haul. Which one do you want me to start with? Which one you know, are you excited about? I will add on to the Kadlash. I will definitely, because they've released more, but I did not want to just pull the trigger on the other ones just in case they are, you know, I don't know, because the other one is red, and also I didn't want to pull the trigger and then have maybe another Baccarat Rouge turn up. But if the range is anything so different like this, then it's definitely worth having all of them, and I think there's about 4 in that range. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I look forward to reviewing these ones with you. Happy June. Have yourself a fruitful new month. Like and share this video, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers, guys.